Welcome to my tarot card reading for Aries 2019. Okay, remember this is just a general reading to give it an idea of what to expect, what kind of energies more or less are, coming forward. So we have the setting. We have here Ogun, Oatala, and Oshun. These three cards, they're talking about information that is made known to you, Aries, and it has an impact, has an adverse impact. It could be financial, economically, or in the love department. Okay, it could mean many things. I could give you several examples, but this is information that comes out, things that were not known, and now they become public. And when I say public, doesn't mean that the whole country or the whole universe is going to know, but public meaning that the pertaining parties are going to be aware of that information, and it's going to have an adverse effect in your life. Okay, it could mean many things. For example, psychologically, it could mean that memories from the past, come forward, they emerge, they become conscious, and it has an adverse effect in your health, psychologically speaking. I'm just giving you ideas so you can have an idea of what the energy is all about. I'm giving you the common denominator so you can apply it to different aspects of your life. But that's what the tarot cards are talking about. It could mean pedophilia, it could mean incest. Okay, I'm giving you examples, and this is information that comes out, and somehow it impacts your life. Okay, that's what we're talking about. So you have that in mind. This is general reading. Then we have the moon, Jupiter, Neptune, Pisces, Venus. We have the Nine of Cups, Moon, Pisces, Venus, Capricorn, Three of Pentacles. Again, there is a big emphasis here with mental health, with psychology, with consciousness. You know anything about psychology, then you know that what I'm talking about is the path of the ego towards consciousness, awareness, and all this kind of stuff. Okay, it's about expansion and growth, psychologically speaking. But according to this card, this also means that it might have a negative impact in your life. Not everyone reacts the same way to the same situation, to the same experiences, even though many areas are going to react totally different to the experiences. Okay, so we have here that information, and there's a big emphasis on mental health during 2019, so keep that in mind. When I say mental health, not necessarily I mean that you're going to have episodes of depression, schizophrenia. It could be that your mental health also progress. There's more awareness and consciousness. The path of individuation, that's what I'm talking about here. And how you're going to react. And that's what the tarot cards are talking about here. That dynamic. Okay? Also, you might experience an increase in psychic awareness, psychic performance, or abilities, whichever way you want to call it, my dear Aries. We keep going. This is going to be a very long reading. Then we have the devil. Then we have this one, this one, this one, this one, this one, this one. And what you're talking about is there's going to be a person from your past, highly probable a woman, that she's going to approach you. Okay? It could be that she's been looking for you for quite a while, and finally she finds you, and she comes with a proposal. She has an idea. It could be a business proposal, whatever it is, but she has an idea of a project, something. It could be a contract, a pact, whatever it is. Okay? And then we have this other one here. Okay? This one is talking about a contract. Something that used to be stable and now is not. That affects you financially, economically, emotionally. This whatever it is that is canceled, this contract, I'm gonna call it contract, is going to expose weaknesses, areas that need work, areas that you need to work on. Okay. Sorry. So that's what the tarot cards are talking about. It could be a marriage, for example. The spouse gets sick, something happened to the spouse, and the one that used to do the accounting was the spouse, and now you are exposed into a new experience where you don't know anything about it because you didn't do that. Do you get the drift? You know what I mean? Do you see where I'm coming from? Okay, because there is a contract here that is canceled. Okay, there is something that was stable, something is like a stream of water, and then for some reason is cut off, and now you are left hanging, scrambling, whichever way you want to call it. Depends how dramatic you are, but that's what the tarot cards are talking about. Okay, and then you're gonna feel like the whole world has collapsed, that is the end of the world, blah blah blah, you know. But there's always hope. The tarot card, what they're saying is that during this year, you're forced to act. You're forced to take action. During this month, this year, 2019, you need to use your Aries abilities. In other words, is being assertive and jump into action immediately, react. Technically, that's what the tarot cards are saying, and start being the pioneer, opening doors, making things happen, technically, because something is going to be cut off. It could be that you lose hours, you know. It could be that you lose your job. It could be that you lose your spouse for whatever reason. It could be divorce or whatever other reason. And, you know, the weaknesses are exposed and you need to do something about it. Okay? We have here these other cards. And technically this tarot card here, this line of tarot cards here, for those that know psychology, what is describing is when the self, when the ego, I'm talking about Carl Gustav Jung way of talking, you know, school of thought, and this is when the ego separates from the self. This is when there is it could mean that I don't think the axis of the ego and the self is broken, but there's like an isolation from part of the ego from the self. Okay? Or it could also mean that there is an inflated ego during this year. Okay? So that's what the tarot cards are talking about, that moment. You're going to feel pretty much confident as well during 2019. Therefore, the tarot cards are saying that if you have any project, you have any ideas, you have to keep them to yourself. Don't share them. Okay? That's the best advice. There's going to be a lot of changes and reorganization, a lot of shifting, a lot of sifting during this year. Okay? That's what we have, like, generally speaking, for you, my dear Aries. Let's go to the first trimester. We have January, March, and April. I'm sorry, January, February, and March. I don't know why I jumped that way. And what we have here for March is anything that is binding in nature. It could be anything. It could be that you start a ceremony, an initiation process, my dear Aries. okay? And that initiation process probably requires the use of, for example, ayahuasca, mushroom, peyote, or any other hallucinogenic substance, okay? That's what we're talking about. During this period of time, you might have revelations, if you want to call it like that. You might see things, you might hear things, okay? Especially during this month. During this month is where also information is exposed, information comes out. So in other words, if you use drugs, illicit drugs, it's going to come to the light, it's going to emerge. If there's anything related with sex, like incest, pedophilia, or anything along that line, adultery, fornication, is going to emerge also. It's going to come forward into the light. Okay? Yeah. More or less, that's what I would say. By February, this is not a really great month for entering any kind of contract, signing contracts, new projects or anything. I will stay away from it. But the tarot cards are talking about it, and there's something that is going to be cancelled. I call it like that. Terminated, finished, come to an end. It's related with paperwork, contract. It could be a promise, but something comes to an end. Okay? It could be a matrimony. It could be a long-term relationship. But something comes to an end. Something finishes. Okay? That's what the tarot cards are talking about. Then for March, then we have you feeling quite confident. This whole month, this whole trimester is all about breaking free from that is holding you back. Okay? And that's technically the whole process of the year. But this first month, trimester is all about that. Breaking free from that is holding you back. Then we have the second trimester. And the second trimester, we have someone from your past that shows up. Okay? That's technically the main topic. Someone from your past comes up and clarifies something, reveals information, whatever it is, but it's someone revealing information that is highly probably tied to the past. So it sounds like this keeps affecting deep into the month, into the year. Okay? Then April, then we have April, then we have May. Again, stuff keeps emerging, information keeps emerging. Anything that was not clear becomes more clear. But again, stuff that emerges, information that emerges to clarify something. It could also mean that during this month, mental health issues become a little bit more obvious. It could also mean psychic abilities get sharpened during this month. Okay? Anything along that line is information that is bubbling from the unconscious, emerging to the conscious. Okay? Then secrets are revealed. So don't keep anything secret during this month. It's going to emerge. The last month of this trimester, June, this is where you are a little bit more withdrawn, isolated, probably keeping everything to yourself. Probably that's the effect that is going to have these first 6 months of the year. So here you might suffer a little bit of depression, melancholy, on that area. Your mental health feels a little bit more weakened, if we could call it like that. It's shaken or anything along that line. Remember that there's going to be hospitalizations also during this year, so keep that in mind. or increased visits to doctors. Then we have July, August, and September. And we have Obara influencing here. We have the Nine of Cups, the Pentacle, Three of Pentacles, and Oshun influencing here. So the energy here is all about July. July, I would say that this is more related with a woman. A woman shows up in your life, whatever is the reason. But the main topic is information that is going to reveal. So I won't be surprised if during this month as well, another person, a woman, walks into your life. Could be from your past or someone new, but this person comes. It could be to help you out. It could be to bring information that is going to be useful in the near future. Okay, there's something related along that line. If you are someone that likes to write music, poetry, plays, like to write books, whatever, you might have also a mental block. August, you're going to feel like the whole world has collapsed. That's how you're going to feel, okay? But like after every storm, the sun comes out, and that's technically what the message is here. But that's how you're going to feel, like the whole world has collapsed, that everything has come to an end. But that's in August. By September, there's a new beginning that is going to emerge from all that chaos that you experienced in the month of August. Okay, for those that understand what I'm going to be talking about, this is all about. It feels like Ejio Oko Ogbe kind of energy with a touch of D on it. Okay, kind of like something along that line. But this trimester is going to be a little bit painful, a lot of ups and downs, but it's in preparation to help you shed the skin and start anew. Okay, the last trimester of this year, we have October, November, and December. October, again, new beginnings. It's like these 2 months, they have more or less the same. This one is all about reorganization, shifting, sifting, putting priorities, setting priorities, okay? But then by here is when you start the cycle, you start new, okay? Here you're bored of everything and you want new adventures. So if you started something last month, last year, or during this year, highly probably you won't finish it because you're going to feel a little bit bored and you're going to put it aside. That's why my best advice is don't start anything new if you're not 100% sure that you're going to be able to finish it, to comply, or to satisfy the contract or the whatever you convene with, okay? And December is a month that you should be getting ready. You should be saving energy for the new year. This is a month that you should be resting, relaxing, but at the same time preparing, okay? You're a warrior, so you should be preparing for a war. Save some money, be careful, you know, in everything you do, whatever you say, whatever you sign. It's about being careful, okay? And I believe that's all I have for you for Aries 2019, okay? Until the next one.